Hello, everybody. Can you hear me out there in the internet worlds? I am Tokkuri Yashi, first generation hollow tree. Well, I'm thinking I should start my own VTuber agency, and it could be called Hollow Tree. Get it? Yes, it's been going crazy. I mean, I've had big internet issues. If you're watching the VOD, you probably won't have noticed because it's gone offline anyway. Is anybody out there? Can you hear me? Is my internet stabilized? I've been resetting the router. I've been trying all sorts of things. Why do you always do this the second I start trying to stream? Anyway, I think we are here. Hello, people. How are you? Today, how is it going? How's it going? We are here today to have a go with Battle Stadium again. We have another Battle Stadium. But I guess just for a quick moment before we jump into Battle Stadium, seeing as I've had a few issues, hopefully the internet will settle itself down. We'll give it a moment to settle itself down. We'll give it a moment for some people to come in. But what could we do? What could we do? Well, so just having a little wait for 2 or 3 minutes. Well, let's moan about PvP. We can go and have a look in PvP. We can go over some of my previous battles, and we can see what happened in here, and we can go, that wasn't fair, or what the hell, that was a bit of a clutch victory, what happened here? Well, how far back does it go? 4 days. It goes back 4 days. Was this one a clutch victory? Let's have a little rerun here. Let's look what happened here in this PvP battle. There's quite a few characters being used in PvP that you wouldn't say are PvP characters. Like here we've got Neffy Nera, we've got Pilot Owie. I've seen Aerial Croce being used. I've seen, what else have I been seeing used a lot? Sheffy, blooming Summer Sheffy. She's been used a lot. I'm going to bring that one up. Where is this Summer Sheffy fight? Because that was a win. It was a loss I had against Summer Sheffy. Now, which one was it? This one here. This is the power of Summer Sheffy in PvP. As you can see here, I'm going in with a normal PvP team. Looks pretty decent. Look, we seem to be doing pretty well here. Reno gets a Corona Rain off. With Samugi is there. She's tangling everybody up. It's looking pretty good. We've just got a Summer Sheffy on the ropes here. And no, Samugi goes down. And then Inori goes down. And then there is Nebbia there as well. Nebbia being annoying. Reno goes down. So now we don't have much damage left. And then we've got, every time, this is the power of Summer Sheffy in PvP, and it's annoying because it looked like he was going to win, and then she more or less single-handedly demolishes your whole team. Does anybody else out there like PvP? Or do you really loathe it? I mean, I've been doing it a little bit recently because, as you can see here, I did get a little bit higher rank. I managed to get up to 24th. Did get a few more jewels out of it, about another 700 jewels. So whilst on this high, trying to push, but I don't think I'm doing very well because all of these I'll keep losing to. So I don't think I fought this Makoto before, even though it's only 2 places higher. Let's see if we can do any better in this. If we can win, if we can not win. And then we will see about jumping back into Battle Stadium, which is kind of like PvP really. Once a few more people have maybe finally come on, they've been notified that my stream is finally up and running. Are we doing okay? I don't know. We're taking a bit of damage here. Well, there we go. And this is the thing that's really annoying about PvP. Your DPS characters do no damage to the opponents. And then the opponents come and Ayami and Kazumi and all of these characters that are not really DPS characters just end up wiping you out. Like my Matsuri here, doing no damage to the opponents. But if the opponent's got a Matsuri, she just one-shots your team. Oh, maybe I'm taking out the frustration of this internet damage on the PvP scene. But yes, it can be a little bit annoying actually when this kind of thing happens. But now Matsuri's going to hang in there all the way to the end, so we have to watch this lose. Do you think maybe at the 7.5 anniversary they might reset one of these brackets? One of the PvP brackets, so we can get a few more jewels? Or maybe not. Okay, so we lose the first one. This team I've been trying. Oh, look at that. There we go. Sometimes this team works, sometimes it doesn't. And this one, it doesn't. So now we've got to sit in and wait for them to die so we can carry on with the rest of the stream. Anyway, there was a few clutch victories I've had recently. I want to try to find some of them to replay and show some of them. But oh, look at that. What happened there? New Year's Ray just wiped out the team. So now it's Ray versus Miyako, and well, Ray's not taking down Miyako, so we're going to be sat here watching this one-on-one, 1v1 me, bro. Okay, yep, just we can wave our flag now. There we go. So there we go. Well, that's another one bites the dust, eh? And some more losses. Anyway, there was some very clutch wins. Where was the very clutch wins? Which fights were they? That was the defense that I won, I guess. That must have been a defense. Looks like this person that's playing as Kokoro really wanted to try and beat me. Although I can't beat, I'm sure I've fought them as a attacker and lost as well. They tried all sorts, I guess, and they couldn't beat me. That is an attacker team. Was this a clutch victory? Let's just run over these. Look, okay, this isn't going too well for us so far. We've lost 2 already, but as we know, we get a win here somehow. Well, hey, there we go. Wasn't too bad. And this team can work as well, as we can see here. Another one of these characters, not really a PvP character we're seeing quite a lot. It'll be this student Carol, as we can see. I've put a few more resources into Kaya recently to try to keep us alive, but nope, she still goes down here. But that's why we've got Cannon as a backup for DPS. Can she? No, she's gone down as well. This is not looking very good. But somehow, the not as DPSs seem to do that. We've got nothing here. We've got Ares who does no damage. We've got Summer Siren that does not a lot of damage herself. And we've got New Year's Ray who's not a DPS either. But somehow, we managed to win this fight. This is PvP and he's a real enigma there. What the hell goes on? Anyway, enough of PvP. Let's jump into what we was here for today. Battle Stadium, which isn't too far off PvP. So, will this be an easy victory this time? Will we have any trouble? How's people been finding Battle Stadium this time? How are you doing it all in one like me? Or are we doing it every day as it is released? What kind of kooky, weird team can we put together this time to take on the lower level stages here? Something that's a little bit strange, a little bit weird, a few characters that we maybe don't use that often, that we can maybe give a little bit of a run to, a little bit of screen time. That don't usually get it. Let me see. I mean, we could always just run a Hatsune, 6 Hatsune PvP team that we... Or we could do Ninon. How about we do a Ninon team? The tried and tested Ninon team. Old OG PvP Ninon team. Do we even need Lima in it? And is there any upgrades that we could put in there? Because we're all getting excited about the possibility of a summer Ninon that may or may not appear. If they can until next year, will be annoying. Anyway, who else would have been on this team? We needed TP boosters, somebody like you, and we needed, to be honest with you, probably something like this, wasn't it? Let's see if Ninon can get us with this kind of a setup then. Well, it was Yuki that went first, so whatever, it doesn't matter. Do we even really need Lima in here? And do we need Yuki and Uni? Or do we want to just, was it swapped over a little bit? Because I don't think that Ninon wants to be in slot 2 with Lima running in like that. I can't remember. Do I have it built? It's Inori we've got there. And we just use them as team. I was nearly right. Okay. They didn't have the old Ninon team save there. So it was Inori we had in there. I knew Ninon was not in second place. Because we don't want to get in here. Well, Lima is running in anyway. So how far can we get with our old Ninon team? Stage 2 beaten already. So on to round 3 with this Nunez Muimi as the front unit. So maybe she's going to dodge our AoE attack straight away, being invulnerable, and last a little bit longer. But she didn't. For some reason. Why? I don't know what happened there, but something happened. Something happened there. Okay. Time to move on then to round 4. As you can see, I don't know if you can see. If you can see, I do have a poll up there. We are going to have the 7.5 anniversary stream on Saturday. It'll be midday for me here in the UK. That means America is probably going to be pretty early. But I was thinking maybe I should do a live stream for watch along for that stream, so we get to see what is announced in that stream as it is being announced. So there's a poll there for people that are interested. If you want to say yes, if you want to say no. If not, then maybe I can just do a breakdown of the stream once it's happened. But in there, we're probably going to see announcements for free pulls. We're going to see who the character is going to be coming on the 10th. We may even have who the Prefest is going to be. And I've seen people talking on the Discord forums, surmising that perhaps it is going to be Eira. Eira? That's how you say her name, isn't it? Eira? It is Eira. The Hiyori version from the 6th anniversary. We've already had Eris, who is the Yui version, but we think that because Hiyori's voice actor is going to be on this live stream, as what I've gathered, people are surmising that we're going to get Arya, the hair, Hiyori's equivalent, or with Eris. I'm not explaining very well. Anyway, but she might be the Prefect. That's what people are surmising because of that. But I don't know. Maybe it's just for some other reason. I don't know. People can try and take anything and run with it. Maybe we'll find out in that live stream. So maybe I will do one anyway. We can have a little bit of a watch along. See what is announced. It might be hours and hours of doing silly things. Waiting until we get to the actual information right at the very, very end. So anyway, that's for Saturday. If you're interested in that, well, let me know. If not, then, well, I may do it anyway. Things are going to be picking up again. I've had a few days away. It seems like I've had a little bit of a break from this. And now, over this next weekend, a few more things are going to be dropping as I've just been talking about. And that's why we weren't even Ninon here, because we want to see this summer Ninon being released. Will she have free pulls, or are the free pulls going to be at the end of the month? They're usually at the end of the month. And not necessarily on a free character. I mean, there were free pulls on the summer Hamare, who was free characters, permanent characters. I mean, summer Hamare had free pulls, but then so did the summer Shinobu, and she was a limited. So, still don't have summer Shinobu, even though there were free pulls on her. So we might have an Emily on the free pulls. We will see. And maybe there'll be a Summer Returns banner that potentially has Summer Pekka. Did she return last month? I'm not forgetting this. Maybe there's free pulls for some of those. And tickets. We can spend money and buy lots of characters with tickets. Anyway, we are romping through this with our Ninon team here. So far, we haven't come to with any issues up to round 8. Usually around round 10, to 12, where we start having issues with our first play about team. But, well, whilst they're still weak enough for Ninon's damage, she is blowing them away. Again, as we can see here, this month they have changed it round a bit. We are not getting Abyss Battle Fest, we have got this Battle Stadium Fest. Now, I think it's what people are guessing. That means that one of the next character is likely going to be on the light element, because I believe it's going to be a light Abyss Battle this month. Like when Canon released a little bit later and it was a fire Abyss Battle. So perhaps it might be a little bit tricky for some of us out there. I think I might find it a little bit difficult. Not having the GG Samugi, not having the Summer Sheffy, not having Iroha. Maybe that will cause a few issues with that Abyss Battle, but maybe we'll get through it as well. Anyway, we'll see that when it finally releases. Okay, round 10. Can Ninon power through here? There we go, the forgotten Ninon goes bare. There we go. This is what Precon was like 5 years ago. Was it 5 years ago? She was good when she first came out, and then she got a unique equipment and was good again for a bit, I think. And we never really got to experience that so much on Global, did we? But we can relive it here. Okay, round 11 then, and we have got a Medusa in this lineup here. As we always will keep going on with this team until we encounter some kind of a problem with it. And this might be where we encounter a problem. Well, we took them out there, but do we get all the stars? Again, we've not been paying too much attention. We need more hit points. So that's... we took them out, but we need more hit points. What I think we might do then is just change it up a little bit. Where have I put Yukari in? Maybe this will work to keep us alive a little bit longer, or slow things down a little bit, I don't know. And then, or maybe we'll get some healing before Ninon goes bare. And well, it's not working at all, this. Well, we took even more damage there, so that was not the solution. That was not the solution. Actually, I think I know what the solution might be. TP stealing. So, let's find the Kasumi. Do we go for 6-star or do we go for Magical Girl? We try. I would thought to go there. Let's put it in Eris. We've got no TP here, or not much TP at all. No big TP boosting straight away, but we didn't need it. There we go. That is the solution right there. Going for a bit of TP steal, but there we go. Do we keep this team as it is then and go forward, or do we go back to Yuki and Uni? We've got Uni in the opponent's team. We'll keep it as it is. We'll just keep it as it is and keep on rolling, I guess. Or do we want our TP back? Is Ninon being a little bit slow now? The only reason that we really needed Lima in here was to bunch up the opponents. But do we need to bunch them up in this? Wouldn't Ninon hit everybody anyway? Anyway, we're at round 13 already with a Ninon variation team. Do I want to keep it like this, or do I want to swap? I don't know why I decided to do this. Just swap it up a little bit. But I did. And so we broke with tradition. But, well, there we go. Look at this. We are blasting our way through here. The opponents are getting a bit stronger. Will there become a point where Ninon is not strong enough? But then she does Union Best quite a bit. If I had Summer Pecorine, I'd probably be using Summer Pecorine. Summer Pecorine is like, maybe, actually, the modern version of this Ninon. When she does Union Based or Skill 2, she gives us a huge TP. You often see a Union Based in 2, even 3 times in a row. So, yeah, the Summer Pecorine, the unique equipment 2, is the new Ninon, I guess. But there goes Ninon. She couldn't withstand the pressure there. Is this where we run into a little bit of trouble? We need 99% HP on this one. This is going to be a little bit tricky here. A little bit more tricky, I guess. Ninon went down, so are we finally relinquishing Ninon, taking this a little bit more seriously? Is there someone we can put in her slot? We're reverting back to our old ways, aren't we? Going for Reno or going for Chunibyo, Anna, perhaps. I still haven't made my eye patch. It's like, oh, it's that Summer Hatsune, isn't it, that's causing us problems. We can blast them, but we take too much damage. That is what the problem is. Now, seeing as we don't have Ninon anymore, I guess we don't need Lima anymore either, so we can take Lima out. I'm pretty sure Inori can tank this, and what we need is healing and barriers. Do we go for Yukari? Or do we go for, well, there's the magic damage, not the magic damage coming out as I would. Ameth or Eris be a good pick? Well, Yukari did the job. There we go. We got 100% health at the end. So yeah, that gives us our 3rd star. There we go. Only 4 more rounds to go then. So let's jump in with this team, which has morphed a little bit from what it started out as. Boom! So much power there that the screen distorted. Is this getting easier, or are we just getting better at it because it's teaching us how to build PvP teams? Okay, Ayami here might be annoying. Okay, annoying. This is another character that I've seen people use a bit in PvP. Is this Summer Eris? I'm not sure why she's used. She revives. Echidna too is another character that you maybe will think is PvP. I've also seen people using a little bit too. So maybe a little bit out of the box thinking is being used. We're not doing it too quickly. They're surviving a little bit. Oh, we've lost Inori. We lost Inori. Maybe she can't take the pressure. Okay, so we need everybody alive. So, do you think we have perhaps someone who can take her role that can survive? Do you think New Year's Ray would survive in that position where Inori could not? Hello, C2, how are you doing? My chat's been disconnected for so long. So I don't think anybody was chatting there. So we have got some people who have voted as well. That is why I couldn't see anything happening, because my chat had disconnected and I did not refresh it. So now we've refreshed it. We won. We got all our stars. So yes, Summer Anemone is the character being released next, which delays the Abyss battle. Well, if she's light and that's the reason why, because it's a light Abyss battle, that could be it. But are we 100% sure it is Anemone and it's not Ninon next? Because as far as I can see, nobody has confirmed that it's Anemone coming next. So that's one of the things we will find out in the half anniversary stream. I imagine so. Who is going to be next? But we will see who it is. Which one could you see on the light element more? A summer neon or a summer anemone? And I think with a summer anemone, maybe we have to maybe not be quite as high expectations. Knowing how broken the pre-fest anemone was when she dropped. I'm assuming that this summer anemone will be damaged over time, but I don't think they're going to do what they did with pre-fest anemone and create a character that means they have to start changing the game. Because I mean, it was the same with Ameth and Aries as well. I imagine you could say in the same category, their pre-fest when they dropped were absolutely broken, but then the summer variants, we had high hopes for them and they were good, but maybe not quite on that kind of easy number one kind of level. But nevertheless, we're still hyped for Summer Anemone, and we're excited to see what she's going to be bringing to the game, and we'll certainly be summoning for her regardless. Stop being boring! That's me. I'm saying things as they are and not being all hyped for everything. She is going, well, she's light. There's so much on light. She'll probably be alright on light, magic and physical. Anyway, we will find out. We will find out in a few days, I should imagine. So, let's continue on to the next round. I guess that means I need to refresh the chat on the stream as well. Is it going to work? Because people are chatting and we can't see it. Because... hey, it's not your fault, C2. I was having internet issues. For some reason, every time I start a stream, the internet goes kaput. But this time it was a lot worse than it was before. And I don't know why it's just showing the poll and not anything else when I do this. I don't know to end the poll, but we can't. Can we see any more chat? There's something in there, but it's just showing the poll. It is just showing the poll, which at the moment 80-20. So 5 votes. Okie dokie. Maybe the live people that don't want it are the ones that's in America that will be probably still in bed. So we need to win this fight a little bit quicker to get the last star here. It is still showing the poll. I don't know why it's not scrolling down on here. Maybe we just end the poll. The poll was there. So, within 5 votes, we've got an 80-20. There we go. The poll's gone. Now we can see all the chatting. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll have a go. Set up a waiting room for that maybe tomorrow. So all we have to do is retry this. And we need to beat this fight a little bit quicker. We've got a Miyako. We wasn't paying too much attention. We have a Miyako, which means we either need to go. Maybe the magic or cannot miss. I mean, something like this. I mean, I was going to put in Princess Carol, but then I saw Ilya. And we can give that a little bit of a try. Well, Ilya went down instantly, so maybe that is not the answer. Maybe Princess Carol would have done a little bit better there. I don't know if this team's even going to work. I think I would like some AoE damage as well, to be honest with you. Just to try to take out... Try and take out those at the back. The ones that are healing. Because Ameth and Eris are really going to be backing up that Miyako that we want rid of very quickly. Can we have a bit of healing? What do we need to do? A little bit quicker? Hit her! Hit her! Hit her! Violence! We need violence! We don't really need too much violence. It's play fighting. Well, there we go. That team managed to get us our final star then for this stage. Ta-da! Christina was the way to go there. I mean, this is another character that I've maybe tried a bit in PvP. Maybe I should take out Kaya and put Christina in on that team. But then Kaya's first hit does hit the two characters, which can be very, very handy. So, as we roll on then to our final stage then this month, Nevia rears a little pixie head to try and cause us problems. And there is Anemone and also Shizuru, who is getting a unique equipment too for the summer variant of this Shizuru, which should be pretty good. She's an AoE tank for water physical. Maybe they are trying to build some AoE teams up now, multiple target teams. Anyway, let's see how this team goes, as we always do. And then change it when it loses, just like this. So perhaps, is this team even, can we win? But just not very convincingly? Now, how we've dealt with people like this Chizuru Noir in the past is nuke here with big single target DPS. So this isn't going to work. So let's back out. So we try nuking with some big single target DPS. Which means you, Suzuna. Who's going to be in position 4 with this? Shiori is. Do you think this will work? Hello, Rase, how you doing? Use Echidna. I totally don't have an agenda with this recommendation. Well, yes, Echidna is probably a good way to go as well. Potentially, maybe even a better way to go. So, seeing as that one has, wait, Shiori's gone down. No, we don't want to see the end of our 6-star Shiori. If I can find my mouse, we will try Echidna. Where is she going to sit? She's probably going to sit in Shiori's place. I am actually very glad I summoned for Echidna. And actually, where does the other Kasumi sit? In the exact same place. So if we want TP stealing, I mean, there's one that came to mind, and I don't think she does a huge amount of TP stealing. It's Vampy. This is a strange little team, so let's give this a little bit of a try then. A little bit of dark magic in here. Well, there we go. Bang. That's got rid of Shizuru, but it's not got rid of everybody else. And maybe Vampy isn't the best. And okay, right. We're all over the place here. This doesn't kind of works. We need a bit more survivability, and Vampy didn't do it. Maybe Suzuna isn't the best either. Some can't she get her revive up and the kid as well, or before we even get damaged? This is the thing. We have got a revival, and the kid just revived herself there by the looks of it. Is he going to charm us all? Well, there we go. We managed. So when did we get all the stars? Well, did we do it fast enough? We had a lot of health there, didn't we? So there we go. Hey, Echidna and Suzuna together. What a pairing. What an unlikely pairing that is. Time for hydration. Okay. No, I've been looking at these damage reports. I don't know if they're really telling us a huge amount, but There we go. That is a Battle Stadium for August. How the year is going by. Beaten. Echidna is always the answer. Well, she was an answer right there. Is she the answer to the meaning of the universe? The answer is always Echidna. That is, there we go. So let's claim our rewards. What have we got in here? Now, which mode was it? I've seen people saying that they're likely to be upgrading the rewards. Maybe Abyss Battle, but we'll see when Abyss Battle comes. See if we do get more rewards from that than what we have done. I suppose everybody's Princess Knight is getting higher. We need more and more of them orbs, astral spheres, etc., etc. To level up one a day to get that little mission done. So there we go, 500 of these master tickets, that's not bad. Another 2 rings, which are also very handy to have. 120 jewels, you can't sniff at any more jewels. So there we go, that is a Battle Stadium. How is everybody done with it? Hello Erd, how you doing? We have another Echidna lover there. Otherwise, she probably does know the answer to that. So, well, there we go. The all-knowing. And we mean the all-knowing universe. Okay, so now we've done this, we can probably... Let's have a look. Because last month... No, where are we? We want to be in here. Last month, I did read the story event off. I don't know how many people was interested in that so much. I'm waiting for it to be translated. I mean, it has finally just been translated by the looks of it. We're not going to go read through it all the way now. It's going to take 2.5 hours. But at the end of that stream, I then fought the boss, which you haven't done. So we was going to do that right now. We was going to take on this rather terrifying looking penguin thing. Pengi Yuchio. Is that a small Sue? Yusuchio? Pengi? It's Pengi. Let's call him Pengi. We're taking on Pengi. Let's take on Pengi then anyway. Oh, Pengaccio. That's what it was, nearly what I said, isn't it? Penguccio. Something like that. What it was. Why translated there, but it's not translated here. Pengiaccio. Yeah, Pengiaccio. Anyway. Here he is. Very scary looking thing. Gobbles down all the fish with those terrifying teeth. And to take on this Pengi, I guess we have a few support characters. We've got Ninon, we've got Anemones, we've got Krias, we've got Cows, Nefian, really. So a whole bunch of them there. So this first one shouldn't be too difficult. And why is it giving me those 3 already to start with? I don't know why it's giving them 3 to start with already, but we could use them. I'm sure they are. Are they boosted? I don't think it matters too much. Do we want to go full dark then, or do we want to give... We never used Summer Courier. So whilst we got an opportunity to give her a go, maybe we should give her a go. Why were they all in there like that? Anyway, because it's... We'll have a couple of wind. Can she tank it? No, we wasn't going to tank it. We were going to put Violet in anyway. Wherever she's gone, we've got rid of her to bring her back again. I don't know. If we can't see it, it means they're usually on the outskirts of our peripheral vision. Somewhere. Where is she? There she is. No, right bang in the centre. Echidna just gave me new records in Arena/Princess Arena. Well, there we go. Pretty good. So that means more jewels there. Echidna all the way. She is seemingly the answer to all our problems. Should we put her in this fight as well? I'm sure she'll be fine in here. Although we are going more physical, it seems. We haven't got the Paresia Summer to go in with that, but she's not being given a boost in here. It's Riri's and Ninon's and Maybe then we can stick in. We're thinking about this far too much. We're thinking about this far too much. And then one more, I guess either wind or dark, I suppose. There isn't a dark or wind Neon, there isn't a dark or wind. Well, there's dark or wind Carol, but she's magic, doesn't really matter. Or we could just put in Neffy. And we'll send it. Let's send it. And quickly, if I can find my mouse. Oh, good. They stopped for the story. We can read this story. What's going on here? They get weaker in summer. Who's they? So they want to make the whole world colder? I guess the penguins don't like the heat. Ridiculous. Who could do that? Well, a lot of people would like to do that, I think. Cats don't do well in the cold. Oh, they don't, do they? I mean, unless they're a... Anyway, don't dig into that too much. Indeed, and for the sake of safety of Lee-san and Lady Anemone journey, is that Korea? Korea-san? Korea-san? What's she saying? We cannot let you pass beyond this point. You pengy that wants to control our climate. There's plenty of distance between us and Monet and Anemone. If we manage to keep them here, we will be able to prevail over these monsters without them noticing. I think look through the story. I think Korea and Anemone are going out on their own little journey, and then it's these guys that are doing the fighting. And we don't really see any fighting in the story. So anyway, so worried about whether the two of them have made it to their destination safely, or if they are getting along. However, trusting them for now. Let's beat the crap out of these monsters. Well, you put that very bluntly there, Carol. Let's beat the crap out of these monsters and be quiet as possible. A stealth kicking. I'm going to give it a stealth kicking. I got to top 20 in both arenas, and it's half due to hair. Jeez, just awesome. Well, yeah, wee. Well, I'm almost there as well. Anyway, we wanted to quickly set these, and this giant evil pengy. Well, at least put up a bit more of a fight level than I was expecting. So maybe we did have to build a team that was a little bit more cohesive. And then there at the back, probably doing not a lot here. This looks like a single target fight, if we can see. So nobody at the back there is probably doing not much. So we could have maybe swapped her out for somebody else, and it would have worked a little bit better. But anyway, because that was not very difficult, we managed to beat the Pengy Chio. There's that little Pengy there. Korea's got Pengies too. Everyone has the Pengies, the meeps, Pingus. The Pingus. Right. So there we go. Now we get to move on to the next stage. Question mark. And it's not translated again. What's going on here? Doshitan Desuka Anechini-chan? Anemone-chan? Anyway, I'm not going to butcher this and try and read it all. Hi. Zori. Nah, is that? But anyway. Yeah. Bye. We need my cognitive brain back, and then maybe we could read some of this. But we can read this a little bit easier. We can read this. Thank you, Karen. Let's move on then to Special Pengy. Special Pengy. Man, that's looking pretty cold. Thing is, if Pengy went to Antarctica, it would be pretty cold there right now. So just put him on a flight to Antarctica. Well, no bonus characters in this one, so I guess we can go with whatever. It looks like last time we used this winged physical team. Can't even borrow with this. So, do we want to go with Echidna? Shall we just go dark magic? Who is dark magic these days? Do we go for Violet. Does she usually work a little bit better than the Cook Noir that we used to run? Maybe. Is multiple target damage going to be handy here? Do we want to stick in Hamare, Ranfa? Or do we not really mind so much? I guess we want Eris in there. And then one more. So who is it going to be? We're going to put in Hamare, we're going to put in Ranfa, we're going to put in Carol, we're going to put in Vampy. Who shall we have to take the last slot here? Well, we'll just go with Ranfa then. Let's go. Brain picks. Brain picks. And we went for Ranfa. Let's see how we do then. There she is! Ninon! Aren't you a little cold in that? Oh, what the hell did that penguin bath some snowy bile at us? What was that all about? I don't know what the next mode's going to be. Maybe a little bit of multiple target is good to have in here. Not sure what the next mode is going to be. So I guess we'll just take out the ads for this first one, and then we take out the Bengi. But the Walrus dude is hanging in a little bit by the looks of it. There we go, we've taken him down, and we're going to skin him for blubber. Well, that's a little bit brutal, that is. Talking about brutal, did anybody else watch Samako Saber playing, what was the game called again? Double Knife or something? Was it Twin Blades? Something like that. Anyway, it's a medieval battle game which looks pretty hard to control, and it can be pretty gruesome, to be honest with you. You start off as a peasant and you need to try to work your way up to like knight and king in duel battles, and it's pretty brutal, to be honest with you. So I don't know, but it was interesting at last. Anyway, 22 seconds left to go. I don't know if it means it's too bad that we need to jump in again. This is going to be one pan. Can it two pan with this team? Maybe. Pengy's taking quite a bit of damage. Still got 10 seconds to go on here. We're going to have to jump again, but Pengacho! Is it an Italian penguin? With that name? I don't know. Anyway, let's jump back in. I think we'll just use... Let's jump in with the same team again. No, we don't need to use tickets or anything. I don't think it matters too much how many times it takes us to beat them. Well, surely we can take out the penguin with this team and see how much damage we can do on mode 3. What is mode 3 just going to be? Giga charged Pengy? Or is it going to be something different? Let's have a look, shall we? Giga Charge Pengy! I suppose the real difficulty there might lie in the final EX Plus or Special Plus. I'm sure this team will take it out. Well, I think we're going to have to jump in one more time with them. I wonder how. I mean, I guess I'm glad we didn't go for Summer Hamare. She probably wouldn't have been as good a pick here, seeing as it's single target. Now we're in this kind of fight. Maybe Princess Carol would have been a good option though. Maybe would have been a better option than Ranfa. Mode 3. What's the damage here? I mean, Ramford not doing a huge amount of damage. Shall we just send in Carol for the last fight? The last attempt here at this. We'll swap out Ranford there, put in Carol. Where is she? I mean, she's quite far forward on this team, even though her position is quite high number. So, back facing. Can we tell? Is this doing more damage quicker than when Ranford was there? But big gobs of damage coming out though when Carol Union Base. Oh, that Terror Penguin! The Terror Penguin! You'll have nightmares about that one. They should have a warning on this. How many children play this game? Probably not that many, to be honest with you. How many children do play this game? Or are we all just big children anyway for playing it? Nothing wrong with that at all. Well, there we go. Well, Carol there, more damage than the kids. Maybe Carol would have been a better option than Ranford. To do that, maybe we could have two-panned it with her. But nevertheless, we can give that a go if you really wanted to. I suppose we can jump back in. But first, let's try Special Plus then. We need the jewels and the rewards from this Special Plus. So here we go, we have got advantageous characters again. So who do we have in here? Both Koreas, Anemone, a couple of the Carols, and then Ninon. We used earlier Ninon, but I don't think she's going to work too well in here. So what could we build? Notice we don't have Princess Carol here as a boost. It's just Summer and just the 6-star, I think that one must be. So, what do we want? Maybe Dark Fire Physical with these three? Perhaps. And Riri as well. Or was that Summer Riri that they've got there? Or is it just Riri? Because it looks very summery, that one. It is Summer Riri. So, we can't put the... I mean, we have to put water on if we got the Summer Riri. So... shall we just put boost characters in and see how it goes? Not worrying too much about elemental boosts. And then we had... No, she did. No, she's not. We had... Who did we have in here? This courier. Are we going to just keep Violet as the tank? Is she just the best tank there is in the game? And then... we can borrow for this. I don't know if we need to borrow for this, if we want to borrow for this. Who was it again? We've got Ninons, we've got Carols, we've got Anemones. So I guess we can either go for another water character or another fire character, and then we can get a dual elemental boost, or just full dark. I think we need a bit more DPS though. We need a bit more damage. We haven't got damage. So who's going to be our main DPS then? We could have Princess Sheffy. She might not be a bad choice. Fire, we could go for Cannon, maybe Christina. Or Dark, we could have Alpha Christina. Or... who do you think? Who do we think we would like to go for on here? Maybe we haven't used... where would just Cannon sit? She sits a bit further back. Maybe she wouldn't be the best option for this. Maybe we could use Cannon as the tank. Seeing we've got Korea here, that's going to take a bit of damage off of her. And then... something like this? Well, I don't know. The mind cooks up some very strange things. Will this work? Let's have a little look. Can Cannon survive this? Or is this going to be too much damage for her? Like I said, we have got Korea, and I suppose Riri and Neffy are all characters that do help with keeping the team alive, or especially the slot 1 in Korea's place anyway. So far she's hanging in there. Main DPS though doesn't have a damage boost, so that might be a problem. But who was there other than... Who was there even that did do good damage, that did have a damage boost? There wasn't anybody really. Unless really... Carol was AoE, Nemini's AoE and not going to be too helpful here. Same with Ninon, she's AoE as well. So, I mean, well, as we can see here, we are struggling even to take these out. We can't even take the ads out with this team, so maybe this was not the way to go. Like I'm saying, well, who was there here that does damage? This Korea probably is your biggest DPS. Summer Korea, which we don't have. Is the one that we can borrow then? We have a Summer Korea. I suppose we should put her in. And now I feel a bit funny about having 2 Koreas in the team. So we could take her out. Who else is a support then? So now we need to rejig the team again a little bit. Do we just want to go full wind then? Do something like this? Let's give it a try, shall we? Let's just give this a try. Thank you, James, for the summer career. We're gonna miss not having it here, but then we'll be happy when we've got modules for what is coming up, and there's probably quite a lot coming up over the next few months, as we all know. Well, this has been a disaster, this team, and we've all just been blasted. Oh my goodness me. Pengi is going crazy. What happened there? Maybe we could have to run 2 careers and not be so OCD about it. Not be OCD about this. You can see the cogs turning. We don't need more action speed. We've got action speed here. But we do need more damage. And who are we going to put in for damage? Because maybe we should try Princess Sheffy. That means we're going to have 2. Well, we're going to have 3 arena effects here that are going to be put up and cancelled. So I think we're going to have Neffy Nera's arena effect up, not Sheffy's or Violet's here. That might nerf their performance a little bit. And maybe not as... Maybe not as, it looks like Sheffy's is the one that stayed up. Am I getting mixed up here? Doesn't Nera have one? Anyway, Sheffy's got their arena effect up, and that means Violet hasn't, by the looks of it. So maybe a different tank might help, but it would be put on a different tank that would actually be useful. We would hope maybe a sub-tank could win or survive here with Korea on the team. There was a lot of damage came in before, so we are not doing damage here. We are not doing damage at all. Well, maybe that is not the way to go then. We're keeping these 3 as the core, but they don't seem to be really working too well. Double Korea, and then... I mean, this is where I want a DPS tank, and the one that comes to mind is Cannon. Who else is a DPS tank? Let's try again then with this setup. A very mixed match. We only have fire elemental boost here. But then, is Cannon going to be the main DPS for us? And that's what we want it to be, but they made it a bit more difficult for us, not allowing us to use other Carrols and Lilies. I mean, the Lily Fallen would be very good to have here if she had a boost on her. Are we doing a little bit better? We cannot see what is going on here. There's quite a bit of time left. Their numbers seem to be dwindling a bit. Although, I don't know, this Yeti and this Walrusy dude is still hanging in there. He's still not doing a huge amount of damage. Maybe we're just going to have to slowly take this out over several fights. Get this whole £1, £2 thing out of our head. And 3 of them were still up. This mole, snowy mole. Now, was that a good team or was that a bad team? I don't know, maybe magic. Maybe they wanted to use magic. We've got 10 attempts at this. Can we win him down in 10 attempts? Or do we want to change it up a little bit? Can we re-tank it if we put in this Carol? Or do we just do that and not borrow Summer Korea? This is a bit of a weird old team as well, isn't it? Maybe the weird old team will work. I mean, sometimes these strange things happen. General damage boost at least. Thing is, when we get onto single target, two attempts to get through the first lot of ads. I mean, it's going to still be doable. If we could find a team that does a lot of damage to Pengi, maybe Anemone was the way to go for the first round. Perhaps. Maybe we missed a trick with that one. We're not doing a lot of damage to Pengi here. Well, is it going to start ramping up here? A little bit. But this is where maybe Carol isn't going to be quite as good being multi-target. We'll see at the end in the damage report then, I guess. If we need to change this up a little bit. See, I think it's a fire. I think it's fire. Fire dark. We could always probably try Christina. Refresh Christina, perhaps. Instead of Carol. Let's have a look at what damage the Carol did there. Not a lot. Not a lot. Even with a boost, not a lot. So I guess Carol, this is not the fight for you. So. And it's not a fight for any of these, really, is it? They don't give us a very good selection of boost characters, have they? Right, let's try the good old-fashioned fire physical aid DPS. And let's see, it's more surely Christina will do more damage than that Carol did there. Whoa, that penguin's attack! He's terrifying. I think we can safely do this within the 10 attempts. But saying that, cannon is down. Maybe this is not the team to go with after all. Let's not waste an attempt there, not like it really matters. And what we're going to do is borrow. It's going to mess up with elements, but we're going to borrow our summer courier too. So we're going to have a clone courier. Maybe that'll keep. Maybe that will keep Karen alive. She will get them tokens, won't she, that negate damage, but it's only one hit. Well, 2 tokens, so 2 hits. Negated, maybe it makes the difference. And maybe this summer courier can do a bit of damage as well. She does have a boost to her damage as well, so maybe that will be helpful. She will squirt you with that water gun. A bit more shred as well, a bit more defense, physical defense off. There we go, this is going a little bit better, isn't it? Quite a bit better. Loading up on the boosts. We just have to get through this health bar of Pengy. Pengy. You call him Pengy. Sounds like a little pet, doesn't he? He's terrifying. Ten seconds left. Do you think we can do it one more attempt? One more attempt will get rid of all the rest of his health. We do not want the planet cooling down. We are the anti-climate anti-ecos. This is what did it say in the air? What it sounded like when I'm saying we don't want the planet cooling down. We like it nice and hot. Well, there we go. Yeah, Summer Korea, a lot more damage there. Let's go back in with that team. Thing is, I like it nice and warm, but it'll be just a move somewhere a bit warmer. This is going off on a bit of a tangent again. We always hear the hottest summer ever. It's been a really hot summer, the hottest summer on record. Maybe it has across Spain and Italy and other parts of Europe and across America, but not here in the UK. It's been cold and miserable, and so we're hearing all this about hottest summer ever, heat waves, forest fires everywhere, and we're sitting here in the United Kingdom with our blankets because it's freezing. I mean, it's not freezing, but it's not anyway. It's not that warm. We've had a whole month of temperatures around about 18 degrees. It's warmed up a little bit this week, but still not a huge amount. So yeah, I mean, the damage, the heat is there in places, but it's not here in the UK. Oh, what's going on here? Whilst I'm blathering on about climate change, Cannon is the sole survivor. Well, until then, does his damage ramp up then at the end there? Does that damage ramp up crazy? I guess we'll just run the same team again. Is that going to happen again? Is his damage going to be terrible? If his damage is going to be crazy, we may have to swap the team. We may have to swap the team. The whole of Europe is turning into Geo-Niflheim or whatever it is. No, Geo-Gehenna. Turning into Geo-Gehenna. And you're going to have dinosaurs soon. Because it's so hot. Well, anyway, I think that's it. I think that is it. We should look after the planet. Don't get me wrong, I'm not anti eco or anything. I do think we should look after the planet, but it's a little bit strange hearing it when we're here in the UK and it's not actually that hot. But certainly the trends show that the planet is warming, so we need to do something about it. We need to be kinder to our planet. That's one thing that is for sure. So there we go. We have We have beaten this with 5 attempts, was that? We get our 500 jewels. That's why we're doing this. Because we will be spending them soon. I imagine I will be summoning for the next character. So that's another thing that will be coming up in a few days' time. If it is Anemone or Ninon, either one who is coming next, I will be summoning for them. So it's 5 attempts. Probably could be better, but we got our reward. They did give us a bit of a stinky set of characters for boosts for that fight. No single target DPS is really to be mentioned in that selection. So good luck with everybody. Hopefully you've managed to do that. I'm sure you will be able to do your be the bell there and get your rewards. What do we have in here? Let's grab these things out here. We did the special, so we get a few more jewels for that. And another title, Clear Pengacino. It's me, Pengacino. I like to drink a cappuccino. But then maybe it'd like to be iced cappuccino because it is very, very hot and I don't like the hot things. Was that a very terrible, terrible Italian accent? Terrible Italian accent. Racial stereotypes. Hopefully people are not offended. Right. This is why I am not in a corporation being a VTuber, because if I was let off the leash, the management would be saying, no, you can't do that. Anyway, before things get out of hand, we managed to get over an hour's stream, even though we had internet problems too many at the front. So we don't have the summer career, but we have summer Riri here. So summer Riri will have to make do. Not a bad thing to look at whilst we end off the stream here. So I guess the plan coming up then over the next few days is going to be having a look at this 7.5 anniversary stream on Saturday. Like I said, midday UK time, I believe it goes live. Maybe start the stream slightly earlier than that. So anybody that is over in Asia, who is in Australia, who's over the eastern side of the planet, will probably be a good time for you. But America, it'll be early morning. So, I mean, it's not been too early, I suppose, on the East Coast. It'll be about 8 o'clock-ish, I suppose. But West Coast, maybe you'll still be asleep. So that'll be a few announcements, some things, some good things coming up then. We will know which character is being released. We'll probably be summoning for them on the Sunday when they release. Sunday evening, that will probably be. And then we'll have to have a look at them and look at the breakdown. And we'll probably all know who is the Pre-Fest. I'm sure they're going to be released. They're announcing the Pre-Fest in this stream. This is usually where they do that, isn't it? There's not going to be another one afterwards. Anyway, look forward to all of that, guys. Thank you for watching, everybody. I am Tokkuri Yashi, and I'll see you all again for another video sometime soon. Thank you very much. Bye. Let me find my buttons. Hey.